Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing fabulous today. We are going to be doing a Q&A chit chat kind of a video today. I asked you to send me questions over on Instagram and you did send me a lot of questions. So I'm going to go through and answer as much of them as I can today. And my phone case and my top, perfect match to the T. So cute. So I have the questions here. I'm going to go through and answer as much of them as we can get through today. So grab a snack, grab something to drink, and let's hang out for a few minutes. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. And if you're new over here, I am Alicia Kim. Sit back, relax, enjoy the vlog, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you go. Okay, so someone says, do you ever wish you didn't share your personal life on YouTube? Sometimes, but not a lot. Not a lot, because I think sharing my personal life, it has opened up like a connection that I've built with so many of you. We share a bond that is unbreakable and that will be forever, because we may have experienced the same things, or we've been through some of the life journeys that brought us to a certain place, so we see eye to eye. But I don't necessarily wish I did not show up. But sometimes when maybe the negativity gets a lot, you're like, I wish I just did here, I wish I did makeup and nobody knew what was happening in my personal life. But I love the way I show up, and I love the bond we have created. So yeah, I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing. Maybe I would change some of the things that I shared. Yeah, maybe some of the things I share, I should not have shared. What's the funniest thing your daughter does? So I don't know if this is funny, but to me it is. She would be in her playpen playing whatever, and I am tidying up in the kitchen, working whatever I'm doing. And then she would get bored of whatever she is playing with, and she would just start making noise, and then she would scream on top of her lungs, so of course I rushed to her. When I got to her and pick her up, she starts to smile, and I'm like, little girl. She would just be smiling and looking around and ready to go, and it's just the funniest thing to me. Which song are you obsessed with right now? So I don't know if it's a song, like an official song, but there's this little sound on TikTok. It said, he wanna lick my rat-ta-ta-ta-ta. Got him going crazy for this food, na-na-na-na. He do what I want, I got the oosha-laka-laka. I don't know if I'm getting the words correctly, but it's the funniest, cutest little song that I like to listen online right now. With living your life online, what's something you would do differently if you could go back? I think I would not show so much of our past relationship. I would not show so much of it online. I would not, in an effort to share or in an effort to relate to people, I would just not put so much of the relationship in the public. You understand what I'm saying? I am not opposed to, I see people do it and they do it well, where they show a little bit of their relationship, but not so much so where people feel like they are involved in the relationship. So I think that's the part. I would not get the media or the internet so involved in the relationship. I would just keep a lot of things more personal. Someone says, after your last relationship, Kim, do you think that love is enough to sustain a relationship? And that's such a good question, because I used to think love conquers all you need is a love. But something I've learned recently is that love is not enough to sustain your relationship. You can have two people that care about each other deeply, they love each other deeply, but if they are not communicating effectively, if they're not working on their relationship to consider each other's feelings and to share how they are feeling in the relationship as it progresses, you can run into problems. And one thing I've learned through couples therapy is that unmet needs don't just disappear. They don't just go away with a, oh, I love you so much. They show up in those arguments that you constantly have, the frustration you feel toward your partner. And it definitely shows up when you start feeling like you resent your partner and they talk to you, you just feel so annoyed. So I think having a neutral professional help guide conversations in your relationship to help improve the communication, that can make a huge difference in your relationship. One thing I want you to know too is that going to couples therapy is not a sign of weakness. It's you saying, hey, we have a good thing here, so let's fight for what we have instead of just letting it go. And a good therapist helps you see patterns that you are just too close to see, because you're with each other every day. Sometimes you are just not seeing the problem, and a good therapist helps stop those conversations from spiraling into the same fights over and over again. And that's the reason I'm excited to be partnering with Regain, the sponsor of today's video, because they understand that sometimes the hardest part is just starting couples therapy. Honestly, one of the big things I'm learning in couples therapy is stop trying to prove who is right. Stop trying to be the winner in an argument, because as a couple, there's no individual winner. You're a unit. So stop trying to listen and respond, but listen to your partner and actually understand where they're coming from. And one tool our therapist taught us was to slow down arguments. Whenever there's an argument or a disagreement, slow it down. Don't be quick to respond. Listen carefully, process it, and see how you can understand where your partner is coming from. So to get started, it's quite easy. You would fill out a questionnaire and you and your partner will be matched with a therapist quickly. You can meet from your car, your couch, in your bed, wherever feels comfortable for you, and you can even meet from separate locations if you think you need space. I love that you can do your therapy sessions over the phone, you can do texting, or you can do a video chat. Plus, if you think that the therapist you're matched with is not the perfect fit, you can always switch your therapist at no additional cost. So click the link in my description or go to regain.com/Alicia to get 10% off your first month of couples therapy. What's your biggest fear? My biggest fear would be to be locked in a room with a little kitten, the littlest, smallest kitten, to be locked in a room with that kitten with no way out. Even talking about it now, I'm shivering, because that would be my greatest fear, because my fear of cats, I don't know, it has me in a chokehold. I cannot get over it. So that is it. What is the most important thing for you in a relationship? Consideration, friendship, romantic relationship, family relationship. A person's ability to be considerate of your feelings will stop them from hurting you, will stop them from doing things to undermine you, will stop them from making you feel inadequate or not important, because they consider your feelings. They consider, how would Kim feel if I did this? How would Kim feel if I did not do this? And being considerate does require a bit of empathy. It's for you to put yourself in someone's shoe without you even experiencing or living the life they're living, or having their same experiences, but saying, how would I feel if this were to happen to me? So yeah, I think consideration would be it. What's your biggest regret? If you follow me, you know I don't have regrets. I feel like regret is a wasted emotion. It's a waste of time. It doesn't accomplish anything. Everything that happened in my life, it happened for a reason, and it has led me to where I am now. It's like saying 1 + 1 = 2, but if you take away one of the ones, then how are you going to end up with the 2? I don't even know if that analogy makes sense. But what I'm saying is, I think the most important thing is to learn from life experiences. And instead of thinking of them as, oh, I regret doing this, I regret doing that, just say, hey, this happened. This is what I've learned. It's going to make me a better, smarter, more experienced individual. And then I can apply those experiences to where I'm at in life now, to make better choices. So not because I don't regret something mean I would make that choice again. No. Someone says, what's the most expensive thing you bought since becoming a mom? To be quite honest, since I've had my baby, I've been quite frugal. Like, I don't spend as much as I used to. I am very focused on our future planning, saving, and making sure. The number one thing for me is making sure my daughter, and if I have other children, is making sure they would have a better life than I did. They have a better existence than I did, a better experience than I did. I think what I've been doing since I've had my baby is we've been traveling, and that is something I think I would invest in, allowing her to see the world. And now is good, but also when she's older and she can appreciate it. So no, I think saving, investing is where I'm putting my focus. I'm not really into buying things, like expensive things. It doesn't mean much to me. What's meaningful to me now is my daughter's future that I can create for her. Another money question here is, how much money do you actually make from YouTube? And not you trying to get into my business. So I will not say how much I actually make from YouTube. What I will say is, when I came to America, I was working with Amex, and that was a good job. It was a really good job, and I was making money from them because you would get your base, and you would also be paid if you upsell the customer to, get a higher grade card or whatever. So I was doing well there, and I quit that job for YouTube in January 2022. So I have been a full-time YouTuber since January 2022. That's almost going to 5 years. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 5 years I have been working for myself, doing content creating full-time, and I've been able to pay for my basic needs and then some. So it has been, I put time into it, and it may seem easy or seem like she don't work, she don't do anything, but just put that into perspective. I don't show up to a job where I have a manager or a team leader or somebody pushing me to go forward. I do this on my own timing, and to be doing this for 5 years, I have to give myself a little pat on the back. It's not a structured 9-to-5 job, and therefore it takes a lot to show up and to make money from it. So I make enough to cover my needs. Let's just say that I make enough to, cover my needs, and I couldn't do it without my support system, my big up crew, the people that champion me on, the people that watch my videos, the people that like and share and comment and motivate me too. So it's been, as you've seen, my life has been lots of ups and downs during that period, but I've stayed committed and I've stayed motivated, and I think that's the most important part. Do you consider yourself a stay-at-home mom? I do, but I also work from home. So because this is work, it's not traditional work, but it still works. So I do consider myself a stay-at-home mom. My daughter is not in daycare. I'm with her 98% of the time, from morning till morning. I am the one taking care of her. I am the one with her, as I say, right through. So I work, I try to schedule my work to match her nap time, and I kind of flex it that way. As I said, she's not in daycare, and I'm not opposed to have her go to daycare 1 day or 2 days or whenever I need to do something, but right now that has never been the case. So I am with her, and I feel blessed to be able to be with my baby. I know people can be so judgmental. They judge you to send your child to daycare. They judge you to stay home with your child. They judge you to, there's so many judgment in the realm of motherhood that you just have to do what feels right for you. And I'm going to say, yeah, I do consider myself a stay-at-home mom because I stay home with my baby. What's something about motherhood that you weren't prepared for? I think it's the after, so far, it's the after having the baby stage, it's the getting back to who you were. There's no getting back to who you were after you had a child, at least for me. The way you think is different, the way you show up in the world is different, the way you view yourself is different, the way you view the world is different. Like, there is no getting back to my way of thinking before I had a child. It's totally different now. My perspective is different. What I would tolerate is different from people. Yeah, what I would tolerate from people is totally different, because now I have a human being that depends on me. I have a human being that looks up to me. I have a human being that I feel 100% responsible for. And I just feel like I'm living my life in a way right now to say, would my daughter be proud of this decision? Would she be proud to see her mother living this way, or neglecting herself, or showing up for herself this way? Whatever it is, I just think of myself now as a mother and what that means in how I show up in the world. So I think that's what is different. Before having a baby, I was say, oh, once I have the baby, you know, you're going to get back to who you were and you're going to do the same things. No, it's different. You're a different person. You have different responsibilities, and your mindset is like an immediate mindset shift in terms of what is important. And I think the funny thing is, I think that mindset shift happens for mothers, but it doesn't happen for a lot of men. It doesn't happen for a lot of fathers. You'll find that the mother, or as a mother, you know that certain things I'm not going to be able to do because I have to show up, I have to be present for my child. But you find that a lot of men, I don't know if it's because they didn't go through pregnancy and they don't realize that, hey, this is a huge change. It's almost as if men continue living the same lifestyle that they would live prior. But for a mother, your lifestyle, your everything, complete shift. So it's different, and those are things that I didn't know before becoming a mother. I would say that too. The way how a father shows up for their child as opposed to how the way our mother will show up for their child is different. With the men, from my experience, the man continues living their life as if nothing happens. And I'm not saying this is for every man, of course. So let me know what you think about that. Whereas the mother's life completely changes, the man goes on living like nothing, like the same. They get to go play sports if they play sports, they party if they love to party, they go out to do whatever they want to do when they want to do it. But as the mother, now you're asking, are you able to stay with the baby so that I can go do this, or I can go do that? Can you watch the baby while I go take a shower? Things like that. Is like the responsibility is more on the mother than the father. And because of that, and not only that too, I think as a mother, since becoming a mother, you realize that you are so attached to your baby, you don't want them to be out of your sight. So it's like you are more connected to your baby maybe than anyone else. So I think that is something that is a learning experience, I would say, how each parent show up. Do you still believe in love after everything you've been through? Yes, I am a hopeless romantic. I'm a lover girl. I believe in the fairy tale. I believe in fairy tales and love and just that happily ever after. I do. I've had some shortcomings or whatever it is. I still believe. I believe 100%. I believe in love and romance. And you know, I read a lot of novels. You know, I romanticize my life. You know, I'm that kind of girl. So 100% absolutely. Are you planning on buying a house here in New Jersey? So I have not. The thing about buying a house, it's so permanent, and you know, this is where you are rooted and this is your home and whatever, and I'm not sure where I want to live full time, like long term, to be honest. I'm not sure. I love it here in Jersey, but I don't know if this is my forever place, or at least my place for the next 10 years, 5 years. I just don't know. So that's one of the reasons I'm holding off on buying a house. Renting is so much more convenient. You can be here today and next place tomorrow. It's more flexible. So that's the reason I have not really gotten a house and rooted myself anywhere, because I'm not sure. What is your biggest ick when it comes to men? A man that likes to argue with women. Can't stand it. I do not like a man that if you say A, they have to say B, and they have an answer for everything you have to say, even if it's not with me but another woman. I just don't like a man who doesn't know how to walk away, especially from an argument. I think there's nothing more masculine than a man having emotional intelligence and knowing that not everything they need to respond to, and they can be the person to walk away. And sometimes let a woman be a woman. Like a woman, we are highly emotional. We like to sometimes go back and forth. Sometimes allow us to talk and talk and talk and just ignore. Just ignore. Allow us to calm down and find our peace. I hate a man that likes to back and forth with a woman. It's so annoying. And then of course, bad breath. Bad breath in anybody at all is a ick. I don't want to smell him out. No. How do you deal with negativity online? So over the years, I think experience with it has made me eventually develop a thicker skin, and also knowing that people only see a fraction of my life. I have 24 hours in the day like anybody else, and you will see just a fraction. Put it at an hour. Imagine 24 hours in a day, you only see somebody for an hour, if that much, of what each day entails. So I know that the people that say negative things about me, they don't know me, they don't know my experience, so I cannot let them dictate how I feel about myself, how I show up in my real life, and how I show up online. So I've just decided that I'm not going to give the power to people who do not know or understand who I am as a person. And I've also decided that I am okay with people not understanding me. I am okay with being misunderstood. I am okay with people not knowing the full story. And I am okay with setting limits and boundaries with how I show up online. A lot of the negativity comes from people wanting to know more, and a lot of it comes from people passing judgments on what they don't know. So it's as if people want me to constantly fill in the gap and explain myself and say, this is happening, that is happening. And I used to do that. There was a time when that is how I showed up online, but I realized that for my mental health, for my well-being, that is not sustainable. And I am really never ever able to please everyone. I have to be okay with that. I have to be okay with not being liked. Like, not everyone is going to like you. That's just the reality of the world, whether it's online or it's in your real life, in your day-to-day. Not everyone will view things the same way, and you have to be okay with that. So as I've been online more, it's been years at this point, I realize that I'm setting my boundary. This is how I choose to show up. This is what I will show in my content, and if you do not like it, you will have your opinion, and I just have to respect that. You could put out I could show my phone case and I just think, oh, it's just a phone case, it's nothing. But there will be think pieces about why my phone case and my top match. And guess what? That has nothing to do with me. people's opinion of me is not my business. So I try to stay out of people's business. That doesn't concern me, to be quite honest. And that is just how I choose to show up for my peace and for my happiness. Because when I end this video, when I close off my camera, when I upload this video, I have to get back to my regular life, and I cannot be consumed with think pieces about me. It's none of my business, to be quite honest. So that has been helpful, learning that I can't change people's opinion, learning that I know my truth and I have to live in my truth every day, and I can sleep well, I can show up in this world, and I can be the best mother, friend, woman that I can be, and I'm good with that. It does hurt sometimes, some of the comments, to see how nasty people can be. It does hurt, but again, I have to say to myself, Kim, this has nothing to do with you. This is more about them. If they can show up and say the nastiest, meanest thing they can say about a human being they do not know, this has to be something deeper that they are going through, and they have to heal that part of them. It's not my job to highlight it or to heal it. Do you feel like you lost yourself since becoming a mom? That's a good question. Why do I feel like it's emotional with that question? I don't think I've lost myself. I do think though I am more focused on my child than anything else, and I may neglect myself sometimes. And how do I say this now? I don't think I've lost me, the core of who I am, but I've had to let certain parts of me go. For example, prior to having a child, I could get up, go to the gym, I could do this, do that, and I have a schedule of how I do things. And now I just can't have that schedule anymore. I can't go about my days the way that I would, because the most important aspect of my day is my daughter, and she takes up basically all of my days. So honestly, there was a time when I felt frustrated, like I want to go to the gym and I can't go. But instead of seeing it as a problem, I found a solution. So I start trying to work out from home, doing home workouts. Sometimes after having a baby, you look at yourself and you don't recognize yourself. And I find that had been happening to me, where I feel like I'm a totally different person. And sometimes it's hard, because you thought you would get back to the old you like that. Yeah, you may lose a little bit of yourself and how you show up for you, and I think that is not a negative thing. That is a testimony to how selfless of a human you can be, to make sure that you're nurturing and caring for your child. So since having my baby, yeah, I've lost a little bit of me. I've lost a little bit of myself. I will say my baby is about to be 11 months, and I have goals that I thought I would have accomplished, like physical goals that I thought I would have accomplished, but I have not. Here I am. And I'm just in seeing that there are parts of you that you haven't gotten back to as yet. It's just learning to give yourself grace. I think that is the most important thing. So yes, I've lost a little bit of me. I've lost a little bit of myself. And I am struggling in certain areas and aspects of my life. But I am giving myself grace. Yes. I am acknowledging that I need time. I need to be patient with myself, and I need to just love on me a little bit harder. Yeah. So there is no shame in me not there's no shame in me still feeling like, you know, I'm not back to where I was before having my baby, even though we are almost going to be hitting that 11-month mark. It's almost a year and you're still not where you want to be. Do I curl up in a corner and say, woe is me, and feel bad for myself and pity myself? Or do I say, I'm literally showing up for my child every day, taking care of her, and even when it's nap time, I am still focused on what she needs to be done? Do I need to do her laundry? Do I need to wash her bottles? Do I need to do something around the apartment? Like, this is what my life is now, and all I can do is show up every single day in the best way I know how. So that's it. That question, it's a good question, because I think a lot of moms go through it, where you get up and you feel like you're not yourself at all. But I say, just give yourself grace. Be patient with yourself. There will be a day that will come when you are going to be back, you know, and your child, in my case my daughter, will be a little bit more grown and mommy bounce back and mommy is where she wants to be. But it takes time. It's not going to happen just like that. It takes time, because as I say, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I am giving myself the grace. What's something you're proud of yourself for? I would say I'm proud of the way I don't let life get the best of me. I've been through some very difficult times, you know, guys. Like, I've been through some very difficult, challenging situations. I've been through things that I thought I would not be able to make it out of. But through prayer and through me believing in myself the way I do, I'm able to bounce back, and I'm able to show up, and I'm able to smile, and I'm able to find joy and find happiness and peace. Peace. I think the number one thing that I've done that has made a difference in my life is accepting things for what they are, not what I want them to be. And me realizing that has made so much difference. There are many difficult chapters that I've navigated through, and we have to find it. We have to find the light even in the darkness. And I'm proud of myself for that. I'm proud that I do not let people get me down. I don't let negative situations get me down. I'm proud that I continue to show up. I continue to live my life as authentic as I can, as meaningful as I can, and I show up for myself in the best ways. So yeah, I'm proud of me. Honestly, I'm proud of me, because I've been through situations that could have gotten the best of me, but I decided I am fighting. I am fighting for myself. I'm fighting for my happiness, and I am not going to let life get the best of me. That is it for all the questions that I will be answering today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was nice sitting down, chit-chatting, answering your questions. So yeah, that's it for the video today, guys. Don't forget to leave a like before you go, and again, subscribe if you are new. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.